Hi everyone, my name is Liza. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad and happy to see you here. If you're a new person, then I invite you to stay with me in my small community and to subscribe to this channel, because here I discuss many things and I share my opinions about many interesting things about our world, about our existence, like different ways of understanding, our life and our reality and the world we are living in. So like 3D world. So yeah, if you like this video, please consider to subscribe to this channel. Today, my friends, I want to talk about one specific type of people that I think we really need right now, like we as a humanity and just like our world really needs. This is not a type of people, from the 16 personality types like Myers-Briggs indicator. This is not like from any different psychological like segregation or something like this. This is just a type of people that I see, I recognize in our society, and in my opinion, this is nowadays one of the rarest type, okay, one of the rarest types of people. It's really hard to meet a person like this who belongs, not belongs, but who fits to this fits to this type of people or to this category that I'm going to explain in a while, in a minute. And yeah, it's really hard to meet someone like this. And also, I think it's really hard to become the one, like the person from this group of people. And I like to call it a mediator type, okay? Mediator, the person who is mediator. And let me tell you why I call it like this. This type of people, first of all, is really important because these are people who don't choose sides. And I don't know why, but when I hear the word mediator, for me it's someone who is always in between, when there is a conflict, when there is like a situation, like an argument, and there are two sides. The mediator is the person who is here to solve this problem, yes, to find a solution which will be good for both of sides. So yeah, I call these people mediators because these are people who don't choose sides. And why it's hard to meet people like this in our world, in the times we live in? Because you can see how our world looks like right now, things that we can hear on the TV, we can see, in the news. Our world is really separated right now. Like, people like to be separated nowadays. You can see like in many different countries there are like political groups, and people are separated by being supporters of specific political fractures. People like to be separated, in different like subcultures. They like to belong to some group. And I think this is a big problem for our humanity, because I believe that in our essence we were meant to be together. Like, we people were meant to stay together. We are not here to be separated. And someone or something who is standing behind it, like separating people nowadays, do it for purpose. Like, someone who tries to keep us, in some like cages or something like this, I think tries to just make us be separated so that we, cannot really fully support each other, or we can like, we see enemies in other people. So definitely, if someone is in this world tries to separate us people in many different like fractures, groups, categories, behind it the reason is so that we will not, be a collective, and I believe we people need to live in a collective. We need to live a collective life. So this type of people that I call mediators, these are people who still remember that we were supposed to live together, that we were supposed to just live a normal life without seeing enemies in other people, without choosing sides, without fighting each other, without, being like being on this side or this side, being supporter of this group or the other group. And it's really, really rare to meet people like this, you know. It's really hard to meet someone like this. I think I only know like one or two people in my life who were people like this. You know, I try to be, yeah, this is one of my main goals, is to become a person like this who never choose sides. I really strive for it, you know. I really want to become a person like this, but I know it's really hard, because it's just, you know, this is how we were taught to be like this, you know, to see opponents in other people, to treat other people as enemies if only they don't fit our, I don't know, like the way of living, or our understanding of things. If someone has totally different like point of view on this life or something like this, we tend to make this person to be our opponent or enemy, or just someone, you know, to always compete with. And I think this is wrong. And this is why I believe our world really needs more mediators right now. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, please think about this person. Let's say it's in your workplace. You know, imagine that there are like 6 or 7 like employees in your company, or in the place where you work, and you know, all these 7 people or 6 people, they are always like gossiping, you know, about each other. They're talking about each other behind their back. Or, you know, these 7 people, they are separated into fractures, like this group doesn't really like to work together with this group, you know. And imagine there is just like one employee who always just like someone in between, who doesn't choose none of these sides, who doesn't, you know, gossip about other people. If someone comes to this person and tries to convince him to, you know, to be on one side or the other, this person is always like, you know, I'm not here to be involved in some conflicts or gossiping or any other like negative stuff. I'm here just to work, you know, I'm here to do my job. This is the person that I'm talking about, you know, this person who doesn't really see any interest or any sense in like talking about other people behind their back. This person is just like focused on his own life and just doing his own business, minding his own business, just like not trying to see like enemies, or not trying to make enemies from other people, you know. This person realizes, and this person is aware that the more negative thoughts we create, the more our life become negative. And if this person wants to live a peaceful and harmonic life, then he or she doesn't need any like conflicts or dramas around. And this person just really takes a good care about his own like inner peace, or like you know, maybe energetic field, and just doesn't like to be involved in any like conflicts, arguments, or like fightings, you know, between different people. The same when it comes, you know, to like your friends group. Let's say you have a big social circle like of friends, and then, you know, there are some friends who don't like these other friends of yours. And when you want to make some party, you know, big party, there is a problem, because if you will invite these people and these people, you know, that there will be some tension, you know, between them on your, I don't know, like birthday party. So you try to create any like solution to how to invite both of them, like these friends and these friends, and to not create like any drama or conflict during your like celebration party. And imagine you have one friend who doesn't like to, you know, to think about any of friends of yours in a bad way. He or she always talks about other people in a good way. You know, whenever you come to this person, you will ask him or her about other person, about other people. He or she will reply in a positive way, like, yeah, I like this person, yeah, we work together in a perfect way, like, yeah, I really like to spend time with this person, yeah, he's a really good man. And you cannot hear any negative, you know, words coming from this person. This is what I called a mediator type person, who always, you know, tries to, basically there are two major subgenres of this mediator type. I would say first it's this mediator that I've already described, so the person who doesn't like to involve in any conflicts or arguments and just try to avoid it in any possible way. And the other mediator type is more like not passive but more active mediator type. It's the person who always, when he or she sees that there is a conflict or tension between different people, let's say in a workplace, he or she tries to to help to solve this problem. And from this person you can often hear something like, I think the truth is always somewhere in between. Or when there is a conflict, let's say in a workplace, and then there are two fractures, two groups of workers, of employees, first the one group comes to this person and he and describes a specific certain conflict from their perspective, and this person listens. But then this other fracture comes to this person as well and describes the same situation but from totally different perspective. Then you can hear from this person something like, basically you just see this situation from two different perspectives. There is nothing to argue about. It's just like a difference in your interests, or you have different points of view, and basically no one is wrong, or you both can be wrong. So yeah, this person will try to solve this conflict, will try to be this mediator, this third person to hear the first perspective and then to hear the second perspective, and to try to find this golden solution, this consensus, how everyone can be happy with some kind of solution. But still, even if there are two like subgenres of this mediator type, all of them are rare. Just because, again, we people are too much used to be separated. We are too much used to fight against each other, to see enemies, to create invisible enemies around us, just to see in other people things that don't fit our I don't know, like our visions or how we see this world. And when we recognize that someone doesn't fit our vision or the way we see things, the way we see this world, we basically try to convince ourselves that this person, we will not be in touch, or we will not get along, because we are too different, because we are too, and always there is some because. We always try to find reasons to not live a collective life. We always try to find reasons to be a lone wolf, to be alone, to not get along with other people, to not trying to find new friends. This is why there are so many things in this world, like jealousy and hatred. These are all products of our society that we've created because we forgot that our main purpose on this planet is to live a collective life, is to support each other, is to build our society each other, build our civilization each other, be there for this other person, not fighting each other, not creating conflicts, understand that we all have different points of view, that we all have different belief system, and it's an absolutely normal thing. So yeah, I think the more we will see others as our opponents, or people we need to fight against, or something like this, enemies, the more we will separate ourselves from people who are actually supposed to be our friends, or at least colleagues. Okay. And why we need people like this? Because our world is changing, and there are so many people who are talking about the new earth that is coming, like that there are big chances that in the nearest future, or maybe like even far future, let's say it's after 100 years, our world will look totally different. People will spread love and joy, and they will share positive emotions and vibrations with each other. People will remember how to live a collective life. But to do this, to make this positive and optimistic scenarios to come true, we need to take care of it. And if we want to take care of it, we need to be the change. If we want to see this positive change in the world, we need to be the change in the first place. So I think, we need more people like this, and we need more people who understand that this mediator type of people is actually an absolutely normal type of people that we supposed to be, okay? This is how we supposed to be as human beings, being like, not taking any sides, just being like independent, but also live a collective life, to share values with each other, to share knowledge, but in the same time just like be focused on our life, not being involved in any like gossiping and conflicts, dramas, and talking shit about other people behind their back. These are not things that we need in our life, or these are not things that were supposed to be a part of our life, but unfortunately they are. And I think we all need to understand that if we want to create a better place, if we want our world to become a better place, we need to be the change, and we need to try to become these mediators people, okay? People, think about your life. How often do you take sides, choose sides? Let's say you go to your workplace, and then there are two different fractures or three different fractures, like groups of people, or maybe you go to school, or you study something at university, and there are friends, or there like you have your student group, and there are like different fractures. How often do you choose sides, and why do you do this? Like, why we people like to choose sides? Why can't we just like be all together, just work? I know that some of you may say that this is a natural instinct of people, just like keep being in groups. But why these different groups cannot cooperate with each other? This is the question, that I'm often asking myself. So yeah, just try to take a look on your life, try to analyze your way of living. Like, ask yourself, are you creating like this, are you creating enemies from other people? Are you making other people to be your enemies? Do you like to fight other people? How often do you involve in different like dramas, conflicts with no need? Like, it's not even about you. Let's say there's some situation, like toxic situation in your workplace, and it's not even about you, but just because you are a friend of a specific person who is involved in this conflict, you take sides, you choose sides, and then you become a part of this conflict. Why do you need this in your life? Why can't you just like focus on what you are doing and just going to work just to do your job and just to enjoy time and share like positive vibrations and emotions with each other? Yeah, I think these are questions that we all need to ask ourselves. And again, if we want our world to be more positive and more optimistic place, we need to be more optimistic and positive people about our life. But I believe that every big and essential change in our lives or in our world come from understanding. So first we need to understand things in order to be able to change them, or to understand why we need to change them. First to understand things, and then to understand that if we want to change them I'm sorry, okay, I got lost in my thoughts. First we need to understand things, and then if we want to change them, it's hard to explain. If we want to change something, we need to understand that first, if we want to change something, we need to understand what we are trying to change and why this change is essential, why this change is important. So like an example of this mediator type of people, I want to see the change in the world, like to see more people like this who don't choose sides, who don't talk in a negative way about our people, about different people, who are not involving, who do not involve in different dramas and conflicts, because I believe that this is how we supposed to be as a human beings, as people. This is how we supposed to live and present ourselves. But first, in order to apply this change, we need to understand that nowadays we lack people like this, that there are just like that there is only small amount of people who actually who we can actually call this mediator type of people, who are always somewhere in between. They don't see a sense or purpose in just like arguing and creating this negative toxic atmosphere and the tension between people. So yeah, first, if you want to see the change, You need to understand where this change is coming from and why this change is important, and then we can apply it and we can make this change, okay, and we can be a part of this change. Okay, guys, that's all that I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for your patience to listening to me and to watching to this video. And yeah, I hope it can be helpful in some way, just if you want to take a look again on your life and to think about whether you want to be this kind of mediator, or you are right now, or you know people like this in your life, and what are the benefits of being a person who never chooses sides. So yeah, thank you so much again, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Bye.